What up, folks? The weekend is here. The weekend is in effect. About to get my stogie ready for uncensored and cigars. I think I got a good conversation. You see the thumbnail? I got a great conversation for you guys. Great conversation. So, guys, how many of you ladies and gentlemen ever played the stepmom or stepdaddy role? Well, I've done it twice. And I'm going to tell you about my experience. I'm going to tell you about my experience. So, in the thumbnail, let me introduce you to my daughter. That's one of my daughters. That's one of my beautiful baby girls. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret, guys. She's actually my stepdaughter. The young lady you see on the thumbnail is actually my stepdaughter, but she's not my stepdaughter. I raised her from the age of 2. That was my ex-wife's daughter. Raised her from the age of 2. So I'm gonna get more into that, but I'm gonna tell you about my first experience as a stepfather. Well, unofficial, because me and that lady never was married. So, my first time playing the stepfather role didn't end very well. I think when I met her before I met my ex-wife. I think I was probably 25, 26, something like that. And the lady was about, she was 5 years older than me. The lady was 5 years older than me. So, she had 3 kids. They all was around the age, somewhere in the age of, I want to say they might have been like 8, 9, 10, or 10, 11, 12, something like that. Something like that. But it was some challenges in that relationship being a stepfather to 3 kids. It was some challenges, right? And some challenges that tested my mental fortitude, for real. Their father was not in their lives whatsoever. I'm going to do another video about that. Dads not being in their kids' lives, but that's a different video. But the dad was nowhere in the picture. So there was a lot of challenges in that relationship trying to be a stepfather to 3 children. And the relationship eventually dissolved. And I think we stayed together for about 6 years. The relationship eventually dissolved. There came a time in that relationship when I think when her oldest was like about, it was either 14 or 15, he tried to buck up and fight me. And of course I didn't fight him. I'm an adult, he was a child. So of course I didn't fight the young man. But just did my best to calm him down, try to be rational, and just say, you know what, you don't want to do this. You don't want to try to fight me, because that's not going to end well. So, I mean, there was some he was yapping and talking and pushing me and things of that nature, but of course I wasn't going to fight a child. So that relationship ended up dissolving. So then about a year later, I met my ex-wife. I told myself when my past relationship ended that I would never, ever date someone with children. And if I did, they had to have 1 or less and be young, like a toddler. That way I can put my stamp on them and try to raise them as my own, and raise them as my own and put my own values and morals into that child. And luckily, When I met my ex-wife, she had one child, just one. So I said, you know what? I think I can do this. I can do this. This won't be that bad. It's only one child, and she's a girl. So when I met my ex-wife, her daughter was 2 years old, two, and father was pretty much non-existent, not in the picture. When me and her first got together, he tried to come around a couple times. Then after that, he started coming around. It's almost like when he saw how close his daughter was getting to me, it's like he stopped coming around and just basically went non-existent. So I basically took on that role of raising my stepdaughter. And so she grew up to be a wonderful, wonderful human being. A great, loving human being, a caring human being. She loves everybody. She's a pet lover. She loves the hell out of Blaze. She's just a beautiful, beautiful soul. And like I said, that's my daughter that's on the thumbnail with me. And I raised her like my own. I raised her like my own. She would tell anybody, Frank is my dad. Frank raised me. That's my father. And I treat her like she's my blood child. We are super, super, super close. And even though me and her mom are divorced, that relationship will never change. I would be her father till the day I die. She would be my daughter till the day I die. Anything I do for my own children, I would do for her. No questions asked. No questions asked. Because I know she loves me like she came from me. That's how deep the love is. She loves me like she came from me. But it's because of how I raised her. I was the dad in the home. I looked after her like I was the dad. I cared for her like she was my own. There was no difference between her and my own children. And she was just so easy to love. Because like I said, growing up, she was such a great kid. Didn't give us any headaches. She didn't talk back. She was like the perfect child to me. Honestly, guys. She was perfect. For me to be her stepfather, she gave me no issues whatsoever. None. Just like my own kids gave me no issues. None. My own kids, they're my kids, so of course I'm going to say they're perfect kids. And she just blended right in with my kids, my biological kids. So I have 3 kids by my first wife, and she's my stepchild, but I refer to her as my child. She would tell everybody in her family, all her friends, whoever, Frank is my father, and that would never change. And like I say, she is my daughter, and that would never change. I do for her to this day. I do for her like I would do for my other children. If she needs me, I'm there like she's my child. But that's the type of relationship that we have. And even as an adult, she has grown up, she's 27 now, she's grown up to be just a wonderful, wonderful person. Loving, caring, just a wonderful child, wonderful kid that have given me and her mom no issues whatsoever. I've been blessed. I've been blessed with 4 beautiful children that gives me no headaches, none whatsoever. No trouble with the law, no trouble with drugs, none of that. Just good, decent human beings. I've been blessed. I've been truly blessed. And it was a pleasure and an honor to raise her as my own. A pleasure and an honor. I enjoyed every bit of it and wouldn't change it for anything. But I'm just so glad that when me and her mom met, that her mom only had one child, and it was her. And it was her. Because I don't know if she would have had 2 or 3 if we would have dated. I don't know. I probably wouldn't have because of the bad first experience I had being a stepfather. I probably wouldn't have stuck around. Yeah, but that's my experience as being a stepfather. And right now, at this age right now, I definitely wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it now. That just wouldn't be a part of my life right now. Wouldn't be a part of my life right now. I'm not raising any children. Not when all of my children are grown. So if any of you are still here and you've experienced this, being a stepfather or stepmom, put it in the comments. Let me know how the experience was. I would really like to know. The first experience, not so good. Second experience, turned out wonderfully. I love my daughter. Whether she came from me or not, she is mine. She is mine. And I love her dearly. So you guys, weekend is here. You guys have a great weekend. This is Frank, and I'm out of here.